everyone and welcome to Wednesday's PE lesson. Now today in our PE lesson we are going to see if we can practice and improve some skills together. Now I'm going to show you my screen and we're going to see exactly what today's lesson is all about. So today is Wednesday, the 10th of February 2021, and today we're going to see how do brilliant athletes practice and improve skills. So today we're going to see if we can practice some balance skills to see if we can improve your balance. We're then going to have a go at improving and practicing our coordination. And then we're going to see if we can improve and practice our strength. So there's 3 skills today: balance, coordination, and strength. And I'll talk you through what each one of those means as we go through. So today we're going to need some slightly different things ready for our lesson. You are going to need a small space, and you might decide to do this inside, or you might decide to do it outside if you've got an outdoor space, or maybe you're going for your walk and your exercise a little bit later. And what you're going to need to find for me is some soft objects. And this is going to be an object that we're going to practice our balance with and our coordination. So I found a soft indoor snowball left over from Christmas. I've got a pair of socks here that I could use. I could even use a soft tennis ball. You might have things like teddies that you could use. You could go and find some wool. Maybe you've got some string. Maybe you've got some squishy beanbaggy toys that you might be able to use. So if you need to pause the video and go and get all the bits that you need for this lesson, pause it now and come back when you're ready. Brilliant. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be having a look at balance to start with. My turn, your turn. Balance. Brilliant. And balance means that we're going to try really hard to improve our tummy muscles, because when we use our balance, we've got to use our core strength. And that means that we could get really good at then riding our bike, because we need good balance to ride our bike, maybe to ride our scooters, to improve on our swimming. So let's have a little look at the challenges I've set. And don't worry, because I've had a go at them too. So to improve our balance, we are going to see if you can complete challenge 1. And challenge 1 asks you, can you balance on each leg for 10 seconds? And I'll show you some pictures of me doing that in just a moment. So in your small space, you could have a go at balancing on just one leg. And how well can you balance before you topple over? Challenge number 2 is to see if you can use one of your soft objects and to see if you can balance it on your head or on your shoulders. And then as a bonus, can you walk around your small space, if that's inside or outside, without dropping it off your head or your shoulders? And then challenge number 3, to improve our balance, we're going to have a go to see if you can then put your soft object onto a spoon and walk around your small space. Now, you could get a big spoon, a tablespoon. You might even have a bigger cooking spoon in your kitchen. If you want an extra challenge, you could use a teaspoon, a much smaller spoon, and you're going to have a go to see if you can balance your soft objects, a bit like the egg and spoon race when we do it at school for sports day. Okay, so that's your balance tasks, your balance challenges, but let's just see what they look like. Okay, so let's see if you can spot Miss Close doing these challenges. So challenge number 1, I am going to see if I can have a go at balancing on just one leg. So here I am, and I've put my leg in front of me, or you could put your leg behind you. So see if you can stand there for 10 seconds without wobbling over. Challenge number 2 is to see if you can take one of your soft objects and balance it on your head or your shoulders. So there I am with my snowball on my head and the tennis ball on my shoulder. And if you want that extra challenge, can you wander around your space without it falling off? And then challenge number 3 is when we're going to try and use our spoons and balance our soft objects on the spoons and then see if we can walk around our space. Now it's up to you how you want to do this, year 1. You could pause the video now and try all your balance activities and then come back for the next round of skills, or you can listen to the whole video and practice your skills once we've finished. So if you want to pause the video here to practice your 3 balance challenges, go for it and come back when you're ready. So we're going to move on to look at coordination now. Now, coordination means that you are trying to do more than one thing at one time. So you are trying to do 2 things at once. So that's a bit of a tricky one that we're going to see if we can practice together. So let's have a look at our first challenge. Challenge number 1. Can you rub your tummy and pat your head at the same time? So you need to put one hand on top of your head, one hand on your tummy, and you are going to rub your tummy in circles and pat your head. And you'll see a video of me doing it in just a moment. So that's challenge 1 for your coordination. Challenge number 2 is to see if you can throw your ball or your soft objects into the air. And can you clap your hands together before the ball drops to catch it? And how many times can you throw the ball before it drops on the floor? So you'll see me having a go in a minute. You throw your object as high as you can and clap before you have to catch it. See how many times you can clap. We'll count how many I can do in a minute and see if you can beat the teacher. And challenge number 3 is to see if you can throw a ball or a soft object into a bowl or a basket. But not just that. You've got to do it while standing on one leg. Remember, coordination is when we do 2 things at the same time. So for challenge number 3, I'm asking you to throw whilst balancing on a leg. So let's have a little look and see how I got on. So challenge number 1 is to see if you can pat your head and rub your tummy, just like this. So I'm rubbing my tummy and I'm patting my head. Okay, now challenge number 2 is when we're going to throw our object into the air and see how many times you can clap before you have to catch it again. Now, I think you can beat me on this one. Let's have a count. I throw it up, 1, 2. Oh, that's the best I could do. I could do 2 claps before having to catch the ball. Now, be careful of the ceiling if you're doing it inside like me. If you're going outside, see if you can beat me and see how many claps you can do. And then challenge number 3, you can see I'm ready standing on my one leg. And what I'm going to have to do is see if I can throw my soft object into my basket, my bucket. So let's have a little see. There I go. And I've got my soft object to go inside the bucket. Now, I've cheated there really because I'm quite close to my bucket, but you could set the challenge of starting with the bucket close to you and then move it further and further and further away to see how brilliantly you can throw while standing on one leg. Okay, so if you want to practice some of those coordination challenges, you can stop the video now and come back for our last set of skills. Okay, let's move on then to our last skill that we're going to practice, which is our strength. So we're going to see if we can repeat an action to build up our strength, to build up our muscles. So are you ready? Are you feeling strong for our final task? Challenge number 1 for our strength is to see if you can complete 10 sit-ups. And how many can you do in 30 seconds? So can you do 10 in 30 seconds? Can you do even more? And I'll show you how I've done a sit-up and made it a little bit easier for us in just a minute. So challenge number 2 is to see if you can hold a plank. So that means I'm going to show you the position of a plank in a moment, and you have to stay there for as long as you can. Can you stay there for 30 seconds before you can feel your tummy's muscles start to ache? So you're going to see if you can hold the plank for me and see if you can build your tummy muscle strength. Okay, and the last challenge is challenge number 3, and you are going to see if you can complete 10 lunges on each leg. So I'm going to show you now what a lunge and a plank and a sit-up looks like. So here goes Miss Close. Challenge number 1 is to see if you can do a sit-up. And to make this easier, I've put my feet together and I've moved my legs, my knees out wide. So I've got lots of space to pull my body all the way up to my feet. Have a little look. So I move my body right between my legs and I touch my toes. See if you can go all the way back down to the carpet. So see if you can do 10. I managed 10 in 30 seconds. Can you beat me? Now, challenge number 2, you can see here, it's just a photo. You've got to stay as still as possible. So you need to have your legs out nice and long and your back nice and straight. And you're leaning on your arms. And you've got to see if you can stay as still as a plank of wood for 30 seconds. Or can you beat me and go for longer? I'd love to find out how you get on with that one. And then the final one was that funny word lunge. And you can see I have to start with one foot in front of the other. So I've got a nice wide leg stance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one leg down and then I'm going to bring it back so my feet go together. Let me show you. So I go all the way down and I bring my feet back together and I go on the other leg all the way down. So I'm trying to put my knee to the ground. Oh, can you have a go at doing some lunges and try 10 on each leg? So that would be 20 lunges altogether. Okay, if you want to practice your strength skills, you can pause the video here and have a go at those 3 challenges. Well done, everybody. You are being brilliant sportsmen and sportswomen today. So, athletes, we are going to see if you want an extra challenge. And if you want an extra challenge and you've been enjoying our PE lesson today, you could have a go at making your very own obstacle course. So you could put some of those skills that we've practiced into a bit of a challenge. And an obstacle course is when you put lots of things out and you have a go at completing mini challenges from the start of your course all the way to the end. And you could do this inside, just like I've been doing with my small space today, or you could take it outside and have a go at making your own obstacle course outside in the garden, or maybe when you go to the park or when you go on one of your walks. So if you want to take your skills a little bit further, let's have a look at some ideas. Some indoor ideas. You could have a go at putting some pillows down and weaving in and out of the pillows. You might crawl underneath a table. You might try and then balance a toy or a soft object on your head. And you could even finish by doing our throw the ball into the basket skill. So you could have about 4 or 5 different challenges to start your obstacle course and complete them to get to the finish line. If you want to try an obstacle course outside, you could have a go at throwing and catching the ball, just like we did in our coordination skills. You might make a ladder out of twigs and see if you can jump through every space on the ladder. You could try and throw a ball at a target, or you could even try and climb over or under an object, like a tree trunk. So if you are going to have an extra challenge today and make your own obstacle course, we would love to see them. So don't forget to show your teachers and maybe do a little bit of a film, a video to show off some of your skills that you've done and show off your obstacle course if you give that a go as well. So well done, athletes. You've had a brilliant go today at trying to complete and improve some skills. We've learnt balance. We've learnt coordination when you're doing 2 things or more at the same time, and we've looked at strength. So see if you can practice some of those skills and keep improving on them, and we'd love to see how you get on when you put your work onto Tapestry. So have a lovely afternoon. We've got one more PE lesson, and tomorrow you're going to be seeing how athletes celebrate. So we look forward to seeing you then, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everybody.